What shape is a stop sign? A. Square. B. Octagon. C. Pentagon. D. Hexagon. What shape is a stop sign? B. Octagon. All stop signs are an 8-sided octagon. Stop signs are the only 8-sided road sign. They are also always read with white letters. A driver waiting to make a left turn when the traffic light turns green should A. Keep their wheel straight, yield to oncoming traffic, and complete the turn when safe. B. Turn their wheels to the left, yield to oncoming traffic, and complete the turn when safe. C. Complete the turn when the light turns green. D. Not make the turn because left turns are not allowed on green lights. A driver waiting to make a left turn when the traffic light turns green should A. Keep their wheel straight, yield to oncoming traffic, and complete the turn when safe. Drivers who want to turn left on a green light need to yield to traffic going straight from the opposite direction. When the light turns green, drivers waiting to turn left can pull forward slightly, but should keep their wheels facing forward. The reason for keeping your wheels straight when waiting to turn left is to prevent you from rolling into oncoming traffic if you are hit from behind. When you drive through a construction zone, you should A. Slow down and be prepared to stop at any time. B. Speed up to get through the area quickly. C. Come to a stop until instructed to proceed by a worker. D. Drive the same as you would anywhere else. When you drive through a construction zone, you should A. Slow down and be prepared to stop at any time. Driving through construction zones poses additional hazards. Whenever you need to drive through an area where road work is happening, you should reduce your speed and be prepared to stop. In many cases, the speed limit will be reduced, there may be a flagger directing traffic, and the normal flow of traffic may be temporarily diverted. Give the workers plenty of space and follow the instructions of anyone directing traffic. When parking uphill on a two-way street with no curb, your front wheels should be A. Turned towards the street. B. Turned away from the street. C. Parallel with the street. D. Off the pavement. When parking uphill on a two-way street with no curb, your front wheels should be B. Turned away from the street. If you are parked uphill with no curb, you'll want to turn your wheels to the right, or away from the street. This way, if your brakes fail, the vehicle will roll towards the side of the road. When are U-turns legal? A. On a one-way street. B. At railroad crossings. C. On highways where an opening is provided in the center median that allows U-turns. D. Over two sets of double yellow lines. When are U-turns legal? C. On highways where an opening is provided in the center median that allows U-turns. A U-turn is a maneuver that allows you to turn your vehicle around 180 degrees to start driving in the opposite direction as you were headed. Since completing a U-turn places you against oncoming traffic momentarily, it is important to only complete this type of turn where it is legal and safe to do so. As you enter the deceleration lane or the exit ramp, slow down in A. Stop immediately. B. Continue slowing to the posted advisory speed limit before you reach the traffic signal or get back onto the surface streets. C. Turn on your emergency lights. D. Then continue driving at the speed limit posted on the freeway. As you enter the deceleration lane or the exit ramp, slow down in B. Continue slowing to the posted advisory speed limit before you reach the traffic signal or get back onto the surface streets. Sometimes, you'll also need to watch out for traffic merging onto the freeway as you try to get into the deceleration lane. Avoid crossing over solid white lines, and avoid changing multiple lanes at once. One-hand steering is recommended. A. Anytime. B. Backing up and operating the controls. C. For long-distance drives. D. Never. One-hand steering is recommended. B. Backing up and operating the controls. Other than those situations, it is recommended to keep both hands on the steering wheel at about 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. This position gives you the most control and less risk of an injury in the event of a collision. What is the proper following distance behind a motorcyclist? A. More than the following distance for a car. B. Less than the following distance for the car. C. The same as the following distance for a car. D. A minimum of 10 seconds. What is the proper following distance behind a motorcyclist? A. More than the following distance for a car. If you are driving behind a motorcycle, it is recommended that you increase your following distance to at least 4 seconds in good conditions. Motorcycles have the ability to stop, turn, and maneuver more quickly than other vehicles, and drivers behind them will have less time to react. Additionally, if the motorcyclist falls off, you will need plenty of space to avoid hitting them with your car. If you get drowsy while driving, it is best to A. Turn the heater on. B. Pull off the road and take a break. C. Turn the radio up. D. Speed up. If you get drowsy while driving, it is best to B. Pull off the road and take a break. Drowsy driving or falling asleep behind the wheel is extremely dangerous, and can be a common cause of collisions at night. Whenever you get behind the wheel to drive, it is important that you are fit to drive, both mentally and physically. This includes having enough energy to stay awake and focused on the task of driving. If you feel yourself getting tired, you should find the next place to pull off of the road to take a break and rest. You are driving in traffic on a road with 2 or more lanes in each direction. You should A. Always drive in the center lane. B. Drive in whichever lane you prefer. C. Keep to the right, except to pass. D. Keep to the left, except to pass. You are driving in traffic on a road with 2 or more lanes in each direction. You should C. Keep to the right, except to pass. On multi-lane roads with traffic moving in the same direction, you'll need to decide which lane of travel to choose from. In general, on roads with 2 or more lanes moving in the same direction, you should stay in the right lanes, except when passing other vehicles. On a road with 2 lanes moving in the same direction, stay in the right lane and use the left lane to pass other cars. Great job! Here are some of your next steps to getting your learner's permit or driver's license. Read and study the official driver handbook from your state DMV. Take more free practice tests at puedomanejar.com. Gather all your necessary forms and documents before you visit the DMV office. Before you know it, you'll be driving in your very own car all by yourself. puedomanejar.com. Free DMV practice tests and much more to help you pass your real exams. Visit us today.